I don't think that donating a liver would have even been on my mind had I not gone through addiction, experienced it firsthand, and then moved to recovery. But I wouldn't change it because the outcome now has led to another girl living, to life saved, really. My name is Coulter Somes. I was born in Denver and raised in the Vail Valley. I grew up playing hockey, one of my passions from a young age. Also love to ski, fish. Being outdoors is kind of where I find my peace. I am a psychotherapist and try to focus on family systems work and have a soft spot for people in addiction, families in addiction, looking for help understanding psychoeducation. My addiction started around 18, 19, going into college. I was, heavily addicted to alcohol for, let's call it 10 years. And it took its toll not only on me, but my family. It led to ultimately a divorce in my life, some mental health issues. It was a vicious cycle for me. So my anxiety would fuel my drinking, drinking would fuel anxiety. Can't really escape that. My family tried everything from interventions to treatment centers, and I wasn't ready at the time. I guess you could say the real rock bottom happened in 2023 when I was living in Steamboat. I had been drinking early in the morning. I was moving guns around, and those two don't mix. I actually fell, and the gun discharged. When that happened, I was thinking I had just killed someone, my life was over, and this was the end, really. By the grace of God, nobody was injured from that accident. It was just the biggest wake-up call I could ever need or experience.
When I first met Coulter, there's some people you just kind of like immediately, and he was one of those people. I could see that there was a lot of sincerity. I always say when anybody comes in my office, that's great, because I can't drag people off the street. This is a voluntary practice. I'm not kidnapping somebody to help them become sober. But when somebody comes in, like Coulter did, I always tell them, hey man, I'll do everything I can in my power to, meet your goal of sobriety and wellness.
Sometimes you need to be told gently enough, but also seriously enough what's happening. You were able to do that in such a way where it didn't turn me away, but also woke me up with the grace that I needed.
The consequences of our actions are what they are, but the grace that you have to have for yourself and for others is kind of the first step.
I had to make changes that were pretty drastic. So a lot of it was realizing that I had the qualities to get through those dark days, and I didn't need to drink to suppress everything. I was about a year sober when I was reading A Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. I was pretty struck by this one line that says, one day God is going to ask you, what did you do with my life? The life that I gave you. And I wasn't too happy with the way that I was answering that question at the time. So I literally was Googling ways to give back. That kind of rabbit hole led to me Googling organ donation. There's a ton of different things one can give to others, and I thought that there was no better way to really give back than to give back a part of my own body. This whole process started with me actually wanting to donate kidneys, and it turns out I wasn't a viable candidate. They asked me if I would consider donating part of my liver. I remember receiving the phone call and them telling me that I was a match for what they said at the time was a little girl between the age of 5 and 15. And that hit me pretty hard. The organ that I had abused for so many years was about to save somebody's life. And my journey was about to come full circle in my own recovery.
Nobody wants to be addicted to a substance. They want to be sober. Coulter and his journey, it's inspiring. The gift of being a living tissue donor, it's the most altruistic thing that any person can do for another human being.
My journey came full circle. This was part of my plan. I knew that God had this This was part of his plan for me, and it was as simple as me carrying out that duty. And that's what I'm trying to do now, is not survive anymore, but really thrive in life. And the only way for me to do that is to maintain my sobriety. Life is so much greater on the other side. You can live in abundance and really give back. Here I am still living today, and it brought life to someone else as well. It remains part of my purpose to help others.